A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We are going to be starting this presentation and this conference with the dua that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this entire conference easy for us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this entire conference a source of khair for all of you who are joining us from different parts of the world. My talk is especially going to be for the people who are struggling either with depression or anxiety, or they have some sort of anticipatory anxiety about Ramadan. So let's begin, right? There's a lot of buzz. There's like a lot of people are talking about Ramadan, and it's just around the corner, and 13 days left, 10 days left, and so much buzz and social media posts and so much about Ramadan going on. But there are some of us who can absolutely feel no excitement about Ramadan. They feel this emptiness inside of them. They feel this lack of connection, right? So yeah, why is everybody talking about Ramadan? What is so amazing about Ramadan? Even if they're not saying it, they're having this feeling that's probably their internal dialogue that they are battling with. But then there's a persistent hopelessness involved, right? Which is that what can Ramadan do anyway? Yeah, I know it can change people, but it cannot change me. I do not see it as an opportunity for change. I do not see it as an opportunity for anything worth in my life, right? My condition is going to be the same. I'm going to be as sad as I am today. Then there's a certain level of irritability involved, right? Why is there so much buzz about Ramadan? Why is everyone talking about Ramadan? I'm so irritated. Don't want to see social media posts. I don't want to listen to the reminders in the masjid. Also, loss of activities, loss of interest in the activities that these people were once interested in. So let's say they were very interested in Taraweeh, and they were very interested in organizing communal iftar dinners. They were very interested in organizing itikaf for themselves, for their families in the masjid. Now they're like, no, there's changes in the way they think, the way they relate to Ramadan. There's changes in their appetite, there's sleep disturbance, and so on. Similarly, there's anxiety associated with Ramadan, right? There's excessive worry that is associated. How am I going to fast, right? And how am I going to be, what about my sleep? What about my cravings? Who is going to take care of my studies, right? It's summer, the Ramadan days are long, and so on. And they feel that this constant restlessness involved, this constant inability to concentrate. And there is a concept of, I'll tell you an interesting thing. I had this client who first brought me this concept, and it was very surprising for me, right? And since I had consciously embraced Islam, I used to think that, everyone gets excited about Ramadan. It's a month of barakah. It's when the Satans are chained. It's like so many opportunities, so much barakah, so much rewards. Rewards are multiplied from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But then I was like, when I started practicing therapy, people started coming to me telling me that, no, I'm very anxious that Ramadan is coming. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to fast or not, right? And that's where I started to understand that for the people who are struggling with mental health challenges, there's this anticipatory anxiety very, very closely related to Ramadan, right? Before I get into how can you manage, let me share a very simple and very brief reminder about how fasting can help, right? And why am I sharing that? Because sometimes simple reminders are very effective in containing our anxiety, right? So it's like you're panicking about something. Somebody comes and says a simple thing, a simple reminder, right? SubhanAllah, look at this from this perspective. And you're like, yeah, I am making a mountain out of a molehill, and I need to contain myself because, yeah, this aspect that this person has drawn my attention to, I have not even thought about that perspective, right? So let's remind ourselves very quickly about how fasting can help. I'm going to be starting with the physiological benefits of fasting, and then we'll move all the way to the effects on the mood and how it helps contain depression and anxiety. So first up, since our body is not getting the constant dose of food that we are giving our stomach, like 8 to 10 times a day, since our body's going deficient, this like our body is experiencing glucose deficit. Uh, what's happening is that the body is now relying less on the glucose and going more on ketone as a source of energy, right? Which has a lot of benefits associated with it, starting from weight loss to improve blood sugar level, right? So every time we eat a donut, this blood spike that we experience, the sugar spike that we experience, um, that is of course affecting our mental health as well. It reduces inflammation, and the heart health is enhanced. It's improved, right? And these ketones are said to have, there are a lot of studies that are going on to find out that if there are antidepressant properties associated with ketones, because when you go on a calorie restricted diet, what happens that this restriction causes, apart from, of course, changing the body's major energy source from glucose to ketone, the body also experiences slight stress, right? So it's not that your energy level is up the entire day while you're fasting. As the day goes by, of course, the energy level also decreases. So this mild calorie restriction, it enhances the resilience, right? And as the resilience is enhanced, the brain starts better. I would request everyone to please keep their mic. If host can help me, wait a second, I'll do it myself. Alas. Okay. And then, of course, the brain plasticity enhances. I'm not getting into the details, but I'm just reminding you that overall fasting has a lot of physiological and psychological benefits. And of course, inshallah, you will have all the amazing speakers, uh, uh, excluding myself, that are coming next, and they'll be talking about further benefits of fasting, spiritual benefits of fasting, physical benefits of fasting. I've just alluded to a little bit here, so as to remind you that, of course, there is, if there is anxiety associated with it, know that there are a lot of benefits, both physiological and psychological, that I have shared, associated with fasting as well. So overall, if you go on a calorie restricted diet, as we do, of course, we do not go on a calorie restricted diet. We are not taking calories at all during Ramadan. And which what it does is that it improves our brain function. It improves our overall resilience. It improves our overall the stress mechanism of the body, that fight and flight response. It is contained. Now, as I told you, the benefits, I'll remind you again that it can be challenging as well. Anticipatory anxiety can make fasting very difficult. So I would start with this message, and I'll end with this message. You need to see your own personalized circumstances, right? See your situation, see your mental health status, and consult with your um, mental health care provider. Sometimes it is like allowed by the Sharia as well, that if the mental health issues are such that the medication is absolutely necessary, some of the scholars have said that it's okay to skip the fast and make up for it later. The way your body gets sick, similarly, your brain, your mind, and your psychological part of your being also gets sick, right? So you need to see your individualized situation. What's the neighbor is doing is not something that you can do. Subhanallah, we are unique human beings. We have unique challenges and we have unique circumstances, right? One of the most important contributor to our poor mental health these days is unequivocally social media. Hands down, it is social media, right? And I'm just going to be giving you an interesting example. You are here battling with depression. You are here battling with anxiety. And then you open your social media and you see a message like this. Somebody says, hey, what's your Ramadan goals? Comment number one, I will finish the entire Quran in Taraweeh. Another person comes say, hey, I'm going to do itikaf. There's another person who says, oh, I'm so excited about Ramadan. I can't wait to finish Quran word to word, cover to cover 5 times. I'm going to be praying all my salah in masjid. This would be finally the Ramadan. I'm going to do Umrah. And you are reading all these messages and you are thinking in your head, oh, subhanallah, can I even fast? Something as basic as this, can I even fast? Right? So this is the reason that 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 engaging in social media competition can ruin whatever little bit of spirit of Ramadan that is left inside of the people who are battling with mental health challenges. Moving right along, what happened? Okay. Um, so uh, apart from managing apart from managing social media, or apart from going on a social media fast, which I highly recommend, especially during Ramadan, you need to take not only from my presentation, but all all the people who are following. You need to take what is important for you. You need to see where are you right now. So, are you at a place where you are even thinking about fasting or not, or you are at a place where you are absolutely sure that I'm going to be fasting, but I'm going to be seeing, if I can my apologies, if I can pray Taraweeh or not. You can be in a place where you're very sure about fasting and Taraweeh and you are reconsidering that if you should be finishing Quran cover to cover one. So wherever you are, at whatever level you are, you need to see and you have to develop your own relationship with Ramadan. You need to see your own feelings about Ramadan. You need to address your own apprehensions about Ramadan. And this will never be possible if you're constantly thinking about something else. If you're constantly thinking about what every Tom, Dick, or Harry is doing, right? Your relationship with Ramadan is your relationship with Ramadan. Now, I'm going to be giving you just one slide of solution. And wallahi, if you can just follow these, this 11-minute strategy every day from now till Ramadan, you will see a massive change. You will see a massive change in your mental health status. There's a concept of nervous dysregulation, right? I'll give you a simple example. If you have seen a person who is always in hurry, always forgetting something, always in a panic mode, always ready to misunderstand you, always ready to fight you, always ready to, you can know that this person is battling an internal enemy. And that internal enemy is our nervous dysregulation. There is something inside of us that's not right. And the opposite of it, the way we fix it, we call it emotional regulation, right? So this is a 11-minute simple strategy that you can engage in every day. I would recommend, highly recommend, the time that suits you. It can be post Fajr for you, it can be post Isha for you, it can be middle of the night for you. So again, what suits you? You can be a morning person, you can absolutely hate morning. You can be an evening person and you can absolutely hate nighttime. Whatever is good for you is your place. So first up, you need to identify when are you going to be implementing this 11-minute strategy, right? And when you do find a time, whether it's morning, evening, whatever time that suits you, the next thing that you're going to be doing is engage in deep breathing. Just do it twice, right? And what is that deep breathing that you're going to be engaging in twice? You inhale through your nostrils, right? Take the air in your tummy. I wish I could, someone could demonstrate it, but I will try to explain it as explicitly as I possibly can. So you just inhale the air through your nostrils, right? take in your tummy. Do not keep it at your chest area, right? So your tummy should inflate. Your stomach should expand as you take the air in. Hold it there for a few seconds and then release, right? So can you do it for me? My son is already doing. So can we do it together? So as we say on a count of three, we are going to take it in. 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to hold it for a few seconds. So if you keep your hand on your tummy, you will see your tummy will inflate, right? And then we are going to be slowly releasing it through our mouth. So I've already released half of it. Now I wouldn't say it's yoga. No, I don't know what yoga is. So it's just deep breathing, right? It's a psychological technique, and we are going to be exhaling it through our mouth. My son is waiting for my instructions. Now, my dear people, deep breathing is one of the simplest strategies, but it does wonders, right? So it calms down your system. Second thing is that you're going to be counting 3 things that you're grateful for. No matter how bad, quote unquote, bad the day was, no matter how difficult life is, there's always something to be grateful for. My apologies if my voice is annoying, but that's the best I can offer. Um, 3 things that you're grateful for. Just count it in your head. If you're a writing person, write it down. Count it in your head. Write it down, whatever suits you. And the third thing is that please remember that between stimulus and response, stimulus means something happened, any incident happened. My husband came home late. I asked my brother to bring me pakoras for iftar. He forgot. That's a stimulus. Something happened in the environment, in my outer world. How I react to it, if I react to it too quickly, it means that the space that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me between stimulus and response is the space that I'm not utilizing. How will I utilize this space? So if I asked my brother to bring pakora or samosa for iftar and he forgot, I can, before responding or before screaming at him, my apologies, before screaming at him, I can think that perhaps he forgot. He's also a human being. I forget things as well. Perhaps something bad happened. I need to ask him first. Perhaps he was late for iftar. Perhaps some. So every time I make an excuse for my brother, I am utilizing the space between stimulus and response. And the people whose nervous system is contained, is regulated, they always utilize the space that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them. All the people who do not utilize the space between stimulus and response, they react to the situation and they put their relationships into jeopardy by doing so, right? So if you really want to have healthy relationship with people and work on your mental health at the same time, please utilize this space. Unfortunately, I have very little time and I have to convey all this to you. Otherwise, I would have taken my good sweet time with each point that I'm discussing, but I hope and I pray to Allah that it is beneficial. Sorry, I try to mute my mic while I'm coughing so that I can save you from this torture. So I'm just going to be requesting you to sit with yourself every day, just for 11 minutes till Ramadan. And wallahi, you're going to see massive change in both your depression and anxiety levels. This being said, my dear people, always remember that we can still have very nuanced circumstances. We can have our very special circumstances. Yeah, sit with yourself, meaning sit alone, be in your own company, right? Some solitude, some me time, and do these 3 things that we just discussed, right? These 3 things. And if you think that you have listened to a lot of lectures, you have attended a lot of conferences, but your special circumstances have not been discussed, nobody was able to touch where you were hurting, then please know that you need to seek professional guidance, and inshallah you'll be informed about Solace and its Solace's services very soon. So I started with professional care, I'm ending with professional care, and I'm just going to be telling you that if you are the caretakers, not the caregivers, my apologies, just ignore this typo. If you are the caretakers, yani you are taking care of a person who's going through mental health challenges, then please prioritize your own health as well. It can be very draining to take care of a person who's suffering with mental health challenges. Please remember that you can never ever fill in from your cup when your own cup is empty. In order to be able to fill in someone else's cup, you need to have your own cup filled, right? And this is the reason that you should be prioritizing your own health, right? Then, of course, you need to set healthy boundaries. That if you have someone to take care of, then you can always divide the time. So you, if it's let's say one of your siblings and you are 7 siblings, you can always divide the time. And then those boundaries where you have divided the time, they should be respected. And of course, by all means, seek support, because support is important for you as well. Inshallah, the people who are coming after me, I'm sure that a lot of you will be thinking that, oh, I did not touch the spiritual aspect at all. I'm not asking you to make dua and all of that. Inshallah, we have divided the topics. So the experts that are coming, they will be touching upon nutrition, they'll be touching about the spiritual aspect, they'll be touching about, so my specialty was psychology, that's what I touched upon, and I would like to finish on time. I pray that it was beneficial for you, and I look forward to seeing what this conference has to offer ahead, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.